this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder the Capital One bank guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also talk about how most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One, N.A., member FDIC.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan, just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. I'm Evan Ratliff, here with a story of entrepreneurship in the AI age. Listen as I attempt to build a real startup run by fake people. Check out the second season of my podcast, Shell Game, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you? Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm Josh Clark. That's Chuck Bryant.
Hello.
Hello.
I think I said the same thing last time.
I think you did.
Hello.
Right.
What a jerk I am. Hi there.
That's much better, Chuck. You
What's
gotta
up?
Spice it up a little bit.
Sup?
Maybe get the phrenic nerve irritated.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So taxidermy, Chuck.
No.
We already did that one.
Yes.
Okay. We're talking about hiccups today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Chuck, what do you know about hiccups, man? Have you ever had them before?
I have, Josh. And I will talk about a famous bout of my hiccups later.
Okay.
When we talk about being drunk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But should we go ahead and set this up?
Yeah. Chuck actually has a fairly ticklish constitution when it comes to hiccups. And he has in his hand a B brand root beer.
Yeah.
And he's about to open it and try to give himself hiccups because he says that it doesn't take very much. So we're going to see. That's the B brand root beer.
Sometimes drinking a carbonated beverage many times will induce hiccups. So
Right.
my goal is to have hiccups through the episode. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, here he goes. He's drinking the root beer. He's chugging the root beer. Look at him go. Look at you go, Chuck. Oh, he's got a look of grim determination on his face. He's taken 2 long sips so far. He's looking at the root beer.
Excuse me.
And there's a little burp right there. This is hiccups, Chuck, not burping.
I got nothing.
Well, keep trying. His eyes are a little watery.
Yeah, I feel it.
You can take it faster. Faster sip. He looks pain. He's got some carbonation in his lungs, it looks like.
Man, it's not working.
You got to finish that. You have to chug.
No, I don't have to down it.
Chug.
I have that cold thing now on my chest.
Well, actually, cold is one way that hiccups are activated, I guess.
Yeah, and I think that's what happens when I drink the soda. That's what happens.
Yeah.
How disappointing. 9 times out of 10, I'll get hiccups. The one time I need them.
Don't worry about it. We'll just have Jerry put some hiccups in. We'll say, oh, look, listen, there's Chuck hiccuping.
Right.
Crazy. Let's give some hiccup facts, shall we?
Oh, wait, listener request.
Okay.
This must be Fan Appreciation Week because we did 2 in a row. And This is from Jess in Portland.
Thank you, Jess.
And she was all, what up with hiccups, yo?
Is that what she said?
No, of course not.
Okay, all right. Chuck.
Yes, sir.
Did you know that you have a lifelong specific hiccup pattern?
I did not until I read this, and that is way cool.
Yeah, I don't know what mine is.
Oh, as far as recognizing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never charted mine.
No, and I couldn't find anything else on some, an additional outside research hunt.
Right.
I couldn't find anything on that, on specific hiccup patterns, like if there's 5 or 6, or
right.
If it's just, there's as many as there are people, that kind of thing.
Sure. Like your fingerprint?
Right. And snowflakes. There's also the fact that the average hiccup spell can last from a few minutes to a few hours. I've never had one last a few hours. I start to get angry after a couple of minutes. I'll just take a huge deep breath. And that usually cures it, actually.
Yeah, I've got my cures too, but I'll talk about those later.
And there's actually, you've heard of people who have horrifically long bouts of hiccups, right?
Yeah.
There's actually medical terms for these. If your hiccups have lasted I think, longer than 48 hours.
Yes.
They're called persistent hiccups.
I would agree with that.
And then if they lasted longer than a month, they're called intractable hiccups.
Yeah.
And this is actually, I found out, that's very prevalent among patients with AIDS. Intractable hiccups are. Yeah. And I found a study that said that at least in one patient, medical marijuana, or I guess even just plain marijuana, cures it.
Interesting.
Yeah. They had the patient, I think in Spain, had intractable hiccups and tried marijuana for the first time in his life. And it cured it. And then I think 24 hours later, it came back again. The patient used marijuana a second time, and that was it for the hiccups.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what people with intractable hiccups call their hiccups?
Hell?
Those bull hiccups I can't get rid of.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a medical term, too.
Nice. Wow. My face is red. I'm blushing a little bit.
Oh,
after
please.
that. Chuck, there's a question that's plagued humankind. Can you tell it's the 21st century? I said humankind.
You also said plagued.
Plagued humankind for millennia. And that is, why do we hiccup? And actually, we don't have an answer for that.
No, we don't.
No. The Greek physician Galen hypothesized that it was angry emotions that were created in the stomach coming out.
Yeah.
It's a stab. It's a shot at it, right?
I love the Greeks.
It's as good as any others. And actually, I found another explanation that was posited in 2003 by researchers at the Pitié-Salpêtrière Hospital in Paris.
Very nice.
Thank you. They hypothesized that us hiccuping is a relic from our time spent in the very distant past as amphibians.
Okay.
They said that there is a very close similarity to gill ventilation, which is how amphibians breathe.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
Because they also have lungs, so they have to close their lungs to breathe. But they also they have gills as well, right?
Right.
And then the water has to pass over the gills without going into the lungs.
Right.
So they take a short, quick breath, and their epiglottis closes. And we'll talk about how a hiccup works in a second.
Sure.
But the gill ventilation in amphibians and hiccuping in humans and mammals, by the way, are very similar. So they went a little further and said, and you know what? Here's the drum roll part.
Right.
The brain circuitry that controls gill ventilation in amphibians is still present in mammals.
What?
Yeah. So they're saying that they think that this is it's a relic left over from our very, very, very ancient past.
Interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah. You know what I also thought was interesting was the recapitulation theory.
Yeah.
Or part of it proposes that fetuses actually use hiccups as part of their respiration before their lungs are fully developed.
Right, and they actually do. The theory part comes in as to why, and
Right.
that is that basically it's akin to how we learn to crawl before we learn to walk.
Right.
Or we can crawl before we can walk.
Yeah.
We can hiccup before we can breathe normally.
We should start saying that. You know, you got to hiccup before you can breathe. People would be like, what?
It would be like, hey, we're the low men on the
I
toilet.
knew you were going to say that. And that's actually supported by the fact that preemies spend 2.5% of their little preemie life hiccuping.
Yeah.
And that's a lot more than regular full-term babies.
Yeah, they're sitting there like I don't have it hard enough. I have
I
to
know.
hiccup all the time.
I weigh 3 pounds and I'm hiccuping. Give me a break.
And apparently, hormones can play a role in hiccuping. Women who are in their first 2 weeks of their menstrual cycle hiccup more than pregnant women do.
True.
So there's a whole grab bag of questions attached to hiccuping.
You're more likely to hiccup in the evening,
Exactly.
and you hiccup less as you get older.
Yeah.
I think that's all the little factoids.
Right. So we've got all this information, no answers whatsoever as to exactly why we hiccup.
None.
I subscribe to the recapitulation theory, frankly.
Do you?
Yeah. But we do know what happens. We do know the physiology of a hiccup, right?
Yeah, that's the easy part.
And it all comes down to the phrenic nerves, which, after reading this article, I have concluded the phrenic nerves are the sissiest nerves of all.
Yeah. Yeah, the vagus nerves are in there too. I found out if they get annoyed, then you can hiccup as well.
Right. So the phrenic nerve, right, it controls the diaphragm. And the diaphragm is that muscle that goes over your big belly.
Yes.
And under your rib cage.
Yes.
So it's in between the stomach and the abdomen, right?
It goes down when we inhale.
Yeah, try it.
It goes up when we exhale. So it helps out the breathing process.
Yeah. Did you hear that horrible struggle for breath?
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah. So when we are breathing, we're taking in air through the nose and the mouth, right?
Yes, hopefully.
And it flows through the pharynx.
Yeah.
Past the glottis.
Hello, glottis.
And into the larynx and trachea, which eventually terminate into the lungs, right?
Right.
And then it follows a opposite path on the way out as we exhale.
Sure.
Now that phrenic nerve that controls the diaphragm is, as I said, kind of sissy, a little prissy, kind of a punk. And anytime it gets irritated, well, I shouldn't say anytime, but when it's irritated, it can induce an abdominal spasm.
That's a hiccup.
Well, that's part of a hiccup. A hiccup is a quick, short breath we take in because our diaphragm is spasming, right?
Yes.
And then what makes the hiccup sound is the epiglottis, that little piece of tissue that covers the glottis and keeps, this Beet brand root beer from going into your lungs when you're drinking it.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Closes all of a sudden, and there's your hiccup. That is what a hiccup is.
Yes.
Right?
The end.
What are some of the things that can cause that little phrenic nerve to throw a tantrum, Chuck?
Well, Joshers, there's only a few things that can cause this. One of the main things that can happen is that you overeat and you've got a full stomach. So you're swallowing too much food or air. Your stomach distends and gets all fat, and it pushes against the phrenic nerves.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you ate too much. Hiccup.
Right.
So that's one way.
Yeah.
Another one is add hot food, spicy food to that, and you're doubling your chances because hot foods will irritate your phrenic nerves as well. And the last thing is smoking is not good. Excessive smoking and drinking can also cause hiccups. Or, like we proposed with my thing with the Coke and the root beer, a rapid temperature change inside the stomach, like drinking something really cold or really hot.
Right.
So that can all irritate the little wuss phrenic nerves. Phrenic? I almost said frantic.
I think it is a little frantic, if not hysteric. It should be the hysteric nerve.
Right. And then stress and emotion on the psychological side, that can cause them too.
And mental illness, too. I couldn't find anything on this. I saw a couple of mentions that mental illness is linked to hiccups, right? But I couldn't find anything further than that. But I did find out that you can use chlorpromazine, which is an antipsychotic, to cure long-term hiccups. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
So that kind of points to mental illness a little bit, or some sort of connection.
Interesting.
And mental hiccups.
Yes.
Another layman's term for OCD.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good band name too, Mental Hiccups.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
So my story, since we brought up the drunk thing, was I famously had hiccups in Athens one night. And this is after I graduated. I went back to see the Flaming Lips at the 40 Watt. And I had hiccups for about 6 hours straight. And I had imbibed a bit much, so it was kind of one of those nights. It was I was the butt of many jokes because I was walking around and kind of doing this, and it lasted forever. It was awful.
What did Wayne Coyne have to say about it?
He said, "You need to be hit to death in the Future Head."
Oh, okay.
Which is one of their albums.
Sure.
I just made that up.
Oh, he didn't really say that?
No, but it is one of their albums. I'm sorry. I lie so much to you.
Chuck, let's say that you've eaten a lot of Indian food. You've smoked half a pack of cigarettes.
No.
Drank a quart of Crazy Horse.
Okay.
And you followed it with a big old glass of coffee.
Gross. A
You're
glass of coffee?
A glass. You have no regard whatsoever for the sensation in your hands.
Right.
And your phrenic nerve is going berserk.
Berserker like a mad Viking.
Yeah, on mushrooms. What are some of the things you can do aside from taking, antipsychotics to cure hiccups?
Are we getting to the cures now?
I think so.
Because, boy, there's a lot of them.
There are.
And even if we read 20, we'll get 1,000 more from people.
I was going to call for it at listener mail.
Yeah, we'll get them for sure. There are a few medical things that have been, nothing has been proven to be more effective. It kind of comes down to the person. And I think a lot of it's mental. Like if you think one of them will work for you, then that's the one you use, and that might work.
And people aren't exactly sure how, but mental distraction actually can cure hiccups, right?
That's true.
Especially if somebody comes up to you and demands that you hiccup on the spot.
Yeah, I've never heard that one.
You haven't?
No, like if you've got the hiccups, they'll say hiccup.
Right.
Well, what if you just hiccup and you're like, dude, that's my problem.
Right.
I'm hiccuping.
I didn't say it was good, but
Okay.
I'm just saying it's been shown to cure it in some people.
They should go up and say, don't hiccup.
Right. Like I said, I can draw in a big breath of air, and that usually cures it.
Right. That's not my method, but I'm gonna save that. Most of the best home remedies that actually work stimulate the nasopharynx, and that's a part of the pharynx behind the tonsils, and like drinking from the opposite side of the glass. You've heard that one. Biting into a lemon or pulling on your tongue. Sometimes that will actually stimulate the nasopharynx, and that'll work.
It's also, you can also just do it with your tongue itself, the tip of your tongue. If you rub it against the very back of the roof of your mouth.
Yeah, tickling the roof of your mouth.
That can help. It also keeps you from yawning.
Interesting. Or tickling, period, they say. If you're a ticklish person, get someone to tickle you.
Right.
And you might just forget about hiccuping.
And if you're not a ticklish person, you have no soul.
That's true. Most of the breathing things might work because you're actually interrupting your respiratory cycle. So if you do the paper bag trick or down a glass of water really quick, that's the reason why that'll work. Mine is, I do the same thing with the breath thing, but I don't inhale and take a big breath. I exhale every bit of air I can and then put my hand over my mouth and close my nose and literally go till I'm about to pass out. And then I'll try and breathe very calmly when I come back, and usually that'll work.
So you do the exact opposite of what I do.
Well, you draw in a big breath and then hold it?
You exhale all of your breath and hold it.
That's what I do.
Crazy.
But both ways, I think we're interrupting the respiratory cycle.
Support for this show comes from Public, the investing platform for those who take it seriously. On Public, you can build a multi-asset portfolio of stocks, bonds, options, crypto, and now generated assets, which allow you to turn any idea into an investable index with AI. It all starts with your prompt, from renewable energy companies with high free cash flow to semiconductor suppliers growing revenue over 20% year over year. You can literally type any prompt and put the AI to work. It screens thousands of stocks, buys one-of-a-kind index, and lets you backtest it against the S&P 500. Then you can invest in a few clicks. Generated assets are like ETFs with infinite possibilities, completely customizable and based on your thesis, not someone else's. Go to public.com/SYSK and earn an uncapped 1% bonus when you transfer your portfolio. That's public.com/SYSK. Paid for by Public Investing. Brokerage services by Open to the Public Investing, Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services by Public Advisors, LLC, SEC registered advisor. Generated Assets is an interactive analysis tool. Output is for informational purposes only and is not an investment recommendation or advice. Complete disclosures available at public.com/disclosures.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan? Just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. It's not his fault. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. My name is Evan Ratliff. I decided to create Kyle, my AI co-founder, after hearing a lot of stuff like this from OpenAI CEO Sam Altman.
There's this betting pool for the first year that there's a one-person billion-dollar company, which would have been like unimaginable without AI, and now will happen.
I got to thinking, could I be that one person? I'd made AI agents before for my award-winning podcast, Shell Game. This season on Shell Game, I'm trying to build a real company with a real product run by fake people.
Oh, hey, Evan. Good to have you join us. I found some really interesting data on adoption rates for AI agents in small to medium businesses.
Listen to Shell Game on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Chuck.
Josh.
There's all sorts of medical treatments, right? Some are cool, like antipsychotics or medical marijuana.
Yeah, this is if you have persistent or intractable hiccups. So.
Right, yeah. If you start hiccuping and immediately get in your car and go see a doctor, it's what is wrong with you? But that being said, it is advised that if you have hiccups that last for 48 hours, do go see a doctor, because it can be kind of a problem. When you go see the doctor, in addition to possibly prescribing antipsychotics, medical marijuana, depending on your state. The doctor may also prescribe a digital rectal exam.
I knew that was coming.
I think that kind of falls into the mental distraction category, really.
Maybe. We're not talking ones and zeros here when we talk about digital.
No.
We're talking about something you might...
The digits of your hand.
Yeah. Might find in prison, perhaps.
Digits, another term for fingers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would work, but apparently
I'm telling you, it's the mental distraction. You're like, whoa, whoa, and
right.
What hiccups, you know? You suddenly have a much bigger problem than hiccups.
They will sometimes tap or rub the back of your neck, massage the carotid sinus, which is in your neck.
Carotid.
Carotid?
I think so.
What did I say?
Cartoid?
I like carotid. It is carotid, you're right. Or apply pressure to your eyeball to stimulate the nerves of your diaphragm. But we should also COA here and say, don't go mashing on your eyeball too hard. That's not very smart.
No. You can pull on your tongue, but don't mash your eyeball.
Or sticking your finger in your ear sometimes will do it, but also don't stick something foreign in your ear and, massage your brain. You don't want to do that.
Nothing bigger than the end of a football.
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were just making that up.
No. There's also surgery to basically disconnect your phrenic nerve or parts of it, make it a little less prissy.
Sure.
And there is also emptying your stomach through a tube inserted into your nose or mouth.
That's pretty harsh.
I think I'd rather have hiccups.
Yeah.
I say that, though. I've never had them for 48 hours or more, though.
No, I can't. Well, imagine when you sleep, you're still having them in your sleep.
Ugh.
That'd be awful.
Let's talk about a couple of people who have slept through hiccup bouts.
Okay.
Right?
Chucky Osborne?
I don't know that this man had an actual life as far as a quality life goes.
I imagine he got used to it.
Do you think you would?
For 68 years, yes.
But isn't it annoying, though? Aren't hiccups one of those things that you just can't help but find annoying if somebody around you has hiccups? Like, it almost brings out, like, this anger response in people when it doesn't go away fast enough.
Yeah, it's annoying, but like I said, Charles Osborne had it for 68 years.
He had them from 1922 to 1990.
And they estimate, Guinness, he's in the Guinness Book, of course, that he had 430 million hiccups over that span.
And I'm curious if he died in 1990, and that was the end of the run.
Well, I don't know, or if he was just cured. I'm sure we can find that out. There was also a Florida teen named Jennifer Mee. And she hiccuped for 5 weeks in 2007. I actually remember that one.
I do, too.
And then...
She was on the Today Show, I think.
Oh, really? So she stopped for a little while, and then they returned a few weeks later, much to her dismay. And I think she does not have hiccups any longer, though, which is good.
Well, yeah.
Another couple of people, Josh, another Florida person, Jamie Moseley, hiccuped for 8 months. And David Willis of Northern Ireland had 2 unsuccessful surgeries with a 5-year hiccup ordeal.
Yeah.
That's awful. You have the surgery and it still comes back.
Yeah.
Could you imagine anything worse?
2 surgeries and it still comes back.
Well, that's what would be worse.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about hiccups, I would recommend pulling your tongue, eating a spoonful of sugar, and moving from Florida.
Yeah. Drink in moderation.
Yes.
Oh, wait. You know what? There was one more that I used to do, and I think this is all mental. I was told that if you strike a match and then put the match out in a glass of water and then drink that water real quick, that'll do it.
Weird.
But I think that's the water drinking method combined with just some mind games, personally.
Or sulfur.
Well, I thought about that. I don't know if that's true.
Okay. If you want to learn more about hiccups and see some cool diagrams of a diaphragm, you can type in hiccups at the handy search bar at howstuffworks.com, which means that it's time for listener mail.
Josh, I'm going to call this one goaded into being on listener mail.
Goaded?
Goaded. This guy goaded me.
Goaded.
Basically dared me to put him on listener mail.
And you fell for it.
I was like, you know what, dude? I will.
You can't reward that kind of behavior. Reverse psychology, Chuck.
Okay, Josh and Chuck, I've made no secret of the fact that I think your podcasts are great. I've also openly declared a singular mission to achieve global notoriety by getting you guys to say hello to me in listener mail.
I don't know about global notoriety.
He was written in a few times, and I didn't fall for it, so finally, to keep him from emailing me again, that's why I'm reading this. I've noted in recent weeks a pattern in your way to choose your mail. You invariably choose mail from those of younger persuasion, generally in high school or below, so premise 1, you must be young. I've also noted that you tend to like the mail that is either written poorly or in some form of broken pidgin English. Premise 2, use bad English. I would also like to suggest that while you are often balanced and seemingly devoid of ego-related behavior,
Who's he talking
if
about?
he only knew, you love it when people claim to be a big fan. Well, of course we do.
It inflates our egos.
So premise number 3, say I'm your number one fan. That actually has nothing to do with listener mail. Finally, there usually has to be something slightly witty, but not more witty than you.
This guy is dead on.
Oh, that's not true. I love it when people are funnier than me. So premise number 4 is be smart, but not too smart, which is not true. I've come to realize that I am not young. Indeed, I think I'm about your age. My English is pretty good. I did go to university, so one would expect a certain level of literacy.
Is he British?
No, he's not. He's Australian. I am well aware that while a fan, I am most likely not your number one fan. In fact, I'd be very disappointed if I was your number one fan, because I am not that good at being a groupie. Finally, this is the strange one to type out. I think I'm smart. Not Hadron Collider smart. I've read Chaucer smart, but certainly smart enough to keep up with you guys. Even typing that feels weird, he says. So, not willing to be fraudulent, I will simply continue to send you one-off, slightly funny things I come across in the hope that one day, just one day, you think of me and say hello with something funny added. Mark from, originally from Wagga Wagga, Australia, now in Sydney, and now you have to add something funny.
Wagga Wagga is pretty funny.
Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks, Chuck. If you have something funny to say, Chuck and I like funny. You can be funnier than us if you dare. Send it in an email, right?
Yes.
Oh, and don't forget, if you have like a hiccup remedy, I'm sure we want to hear those. Put in an email to stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com. Want more How Stuff Works? Check out our blogs on the howstuffworks.com homepage. Brought to you by the reinvented 2012 Camry. It's ready. Are you?
At CVS, it matters that we're not just in your community, but that we're part of it. It matters that we're here for you when you need us, day or night. And we want everyone to feel welcomed and rewarded. It matters that CVS is here to fill your prescriptions and here to fill your craving for a tasty and, healthy snack. At CVS, we're proud to serve your community because we believe where you get your medicine matters. So visit us at cvs.com or just come by our store. We can't wait to meet you. Store hours vary by location.
Hi, Kyle. Could you draw up a quick document with the basic business plan, just one page, as a Google Doc, and send me the link? Thanks.
Hey, just finished drawing up that quick one-page business plan for you. Here's the link.
But there was no link. There was no business plan. I hadn't programmed Kyle to be able to do that yet. I'm Evan Ratliff, here with a story of entrepreneurship in the AI age. Listen as I attempt to build a real startup run by fake people. Check out the second season of my podcast, Shell Game, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.